Hi, my name is Julia. If my face looks familiar, then welcome back. Or if you're new here, then welcome. This is my YouTube channel where I usually talk about art, books, and museums. And today I want to talk about the books that I'm going to read in June. To be honest, despite the fact that it's such a wonderful weather outside and it's summertime here in Germany and everybody's, like traveling and using this great weather for their advantage, I, on the contrary, feel a little bit down. I don't know why. I feel a little bit tired. I'm not sure if this is just a accumulated tiredness or maybe something particular in this season that makes me feel this way. I don't know. But anyways, I decided that this month I'm not gonna read a lot. I'm not gonna make great goals, except maybe for one. I'm going to, take it a bit easy because, again, there are a lot of things to do apart from reading the books. For example, I'm really invested in this new Zelda game, The Tears of Kingdom, which is absolutely amazing. And if you play games, I would definitely recommend it to you. But actually, I'm sure if you play games and if you play Nintendo games, I'm sure that you already play it, or maybe you already finish it. And again, books are very important for me. It's my comfort zone always. And because I'm a little bit overwhelmed, let's say, I think books is the thing that I'm ready to sacrifice a little bit, because I'm sure I'll come back to it anyways. So yeah, let's begin with a book that we chose for our little book club that I organized a couple of months ago. There is one person in the book club who enjoys romance, and as you maybe already know, I am not a big fan of romance. To be honest, a terrible reader of the romance. In my own experience, I've only read let's say the Shopaholic series, and that was back in 2010. And to be honest, that was my mean to learn English. That was the book that one of the first books that I read in English, and English is not my mother tongue, so for me it was an experience, let's say. And as far as I remember, I've read several of them. Again, only one in English, but several of them in Russian, translated versions. And yes, I really enjoyed them. And then I had this, let's say, 10 years gap of no romance at all. And now I see how many booktubers and bookfluencers, let's say, popularize romance again. And I really would love to learn what is happening with this genre in the 21st century. If you watch my book on haul video, I also mentioned Talia Hibbert and my attempt to read Get a Life, Chloe Brown. And for me, it was nice. It was okay, but I can't say that I fell in love with the romance of the 21st century again. Maybe I need to try another author. I'm not sure. Anyways, long story short, for a book club, I decided to give a romance another chance. And with the help of my book club members, we chose Book Lovers by Emily Henry. I am sure that this is the author that needs no introduction because her name is mentioned all the time in probably 80% of the videos that I watch on YouTube, for example. I decided that since she is really hyped, maybe I could give it a try. Again, it might be a mistake because in my experience, whenever I choose the hyped book or very popular book, I usually fail to appreciate it. But maybe my book club members will change my mind and actually show me how great this book or how great the genre of romance is. I don't know. Anyways, I'm not gonna put a lot of expectations into this book, but I will be happy to read it. I hope it will be easy to read it because, again, it's kind of like summer. I think I need some rest, mental rest, and I think and I hope it will be a great opportunity to do so. Another read that I would love to dedicate my time to this month is Dear Friends, From My Life, I Write to You in Your Life by Yiyun Li. Yiyun Li is the Chinese-born writer, and she lives in the United States now. Her latest novel, that is called The Book of Goose, was praised by a number of critics, including those from The New Yorker and Time. So, of course, that brought my attention to this author. She actually wrote some number of novels and short story collections. She's a very, let's say, productive author. I've never read her works, so I thought that to read her, let's say, the most famous novel, The Book of Goose, in order to get acquainted with her would be too conventional. So I decided instead to get acquainted with this author with her memoir, which is called, as I already mentioned, Dear Friend, from my life I write to you in your life. So this is all I can say about this book for now. This is all I know, let's say, and I'm really excited because this title is quite poetic, I think, and I appreciate that very much. And yes, so yeah, this is my read also for June. So my next book to read is, this is the only, let's say, ambitious goal for this month, and I'm not sure I'll be finishing it this month, but I really want to begin at least. So this book I'm talking about is Im Westen, nichts, Neues by Erich Remarque. The English title of this book is All Quiet on the Western Front. So originally this book was written in German. If I finish this book this year, that would check two of my goals. The first one is to begin and continue to read in German more, because I'm still not that comfortable with German reading. So yeah, that would be first. And my second goal is actually to read a bunch of books on the subject of war. And since Erich Remarque is like one of the most prominent pacifistic writers and activists, I would love to begin this endeavor with him. So yeah, and again, I heard that it's actually not that difficult to read in German, so I do hope that I will manage it, because for example, I failed at reading Bambi, which was originally written in German, and I don't know, it's such a pity because I can't make myself sit and read it and, you know, if necessary, translate it into language of my convenience. I don't know, like, I hope it will work. And I do hope that this video is sort of like a commitment that I announce in front of everybody, and I'm saying that yes, I promise to read it. Maybe that will help. Or maybe it will just create the psychological pressure that I will be struggling with. I don't know. If I manage to finish it, it will be like my intellectual achievement of this year. Or one of the intellectual achievements of this year. So yeah, I'm really excited about it. I think for now it is actually enough. However, if I finish all the books suddenly and I'll have nothing to read, I prepared myself, let's say, a little... I can't say it's a challenge, but a little task. I'm not sure if I have to say that proudly or shamefully, but I never read Stephen King. I enjoyed the movies that are based on his books, for example, The Green Mile. Like, this is truly one of the masterpieces of the contemporary cinema, but I failed to read his books, never, in any language. However, I have one in my little library that sits on the shelves already like years, but I never actually managed to read it. It is Misery by Stephen King. It is indeed quite ironic that I'm only familiar with his works through the film adaptations, such as the aforementioned Green Mile or Shawshank Redemption, which is also a masterpiece, or not so masterpieces such as The Shining, for example. I didn't enjoy that at all, despite the fact how iconic some of the images from this movie, or for example Room 1408 or The Mist. Like, I didn't enjoy them, like, at all. Like, it was not my thing, not my cup of tea. However, I think I'm ready to get acquainted with his, let's say, real original work. So as you can see, I decided to begin with Misery. I was also thinking that maybe I can make a separate video on me reading my first Stephen King's book. I don't know. Maybe you can actually help me with Stephen King. Maybe you can actually recommend me another book that I might enjoy. Maybe you can just mention your favorite Stephen King book in the comment section. And yeah, maybe I will discover Stephen King through the viewers of my channel, and that would be actually something great. So in my universum, this is the TBR that is not supposed to be challenging for me, so I hope I'll manage it. And if I miraculously finish Erich Remarque, All Quiet on the Western Front, I will consider myself a very successful reader this year. I'll pat myself, and yeah, I'll be very proud of myself. So yeah, that's it for now. I hope you're doing great. I hope you don't feel upset or down like me. I hope you're actually enjoying your sunny days and summer, if it is summer in your country. I'll see you in the next one, maybe discussing Stephen King or All Quiet on the Western Front. But anyways, very, very soon, and yeah, goodbye.